Hello and good day. This is Steve Higginbotham, the Coffee Coach, coming at you live from my studio here up in Hanford, California. And today's topic, authentic leadership. I want to talk about how we're building bridges, not walls. And I'd like to discuss a little bit about this secret sauce. So those of you that might know me, I come from an HR recruitment background, which stands for Honest Recruiter. And I've been working in talent advisory services for a little over 21 years. My most recent adventure had me working all up and down California, most predominantly through the Central Valley, a unique organization with a unique area in the rural healthcare community. Now with that, I found a lot of great leaders, but I also found a couple leaders that what I would call were poor. Managers, leaders, supervisors, directors, VPs, regardless of titles, leaders are someone who wants to lead people, wants to lead organization, wants to lead departments, or wants to lead their confine of maybe a healthcare practice. Irregardless of how you define a leader, to me, and hopefully to you and to your employees, the most important thing is being authentic. Now, how do we do that? You probably are wondering. It's not just being yourself. It's not just being genuine. The one word, if you walk away from anything, if you consider or want to be considered a leader, one word, engagement. Quit ignoring your employees. Quit putting them aside, rescheduling their one-on-one meetings, or not even having one-on-one meetings. It's not just enough to kind of go deep into the surface and kind of know who they are and know what maybe their pet names are or their family names are or kind of what they do on the weekend. That's all water cooler talk. And that's good and dandy and that breaks the ice, but that doesn't build a layer of trust. That doesn't really build rapport. That doesn't help your employees engage and want to do better or bigger things for you, your department, or your organization or company. Being an authentic leader means being a little bit deeper, what I call diver down, going beneath the surface as a diver would be and looking all around, exploring and understanding. And I'm not necessarily saying know everything about your employees, but what I am asking you is to not only build rapport, but you got to build that trust. You can't ignore them. Quit ignoring them. Quit forgetting about them. Quit thinking everything's okay. You don't need to consistently ask every day or every week, but have those one-on-one meetings. But again, when you're having the one-on-one meetings, don't make it about their job and their task and what they're doing right or wrong. Instead, turn that conversation over to that employee and let them talk about what their potential is, what their future could be, how you as a leader can support them in getting there. Because here's the thing, everybody wants to hire the best talent. Everybody wants to train or retain the best talent. But not everybody can mentor that talent. So if you want to be an authentic leader, you got to learn how to mentor your team. And everybody's different. There's no one-stop shop or no cookie-cutter way to do it. And it goes back to engagement. But knowing that employee and what motivates them, what ticks. And I know that you're worried about, well, if I train them, they're going to leave. And yes, that's the case. But the other side of that coin is if you don't train them, they're probably going to stay. And do you want someone in your department that is not trained, that's not thriving, that's not engaged, that's not producing at the best that they can? No. The answer is no. But that employee doesn't want you as their leader. Their answer is also no. They don't want a leader that's going to ignore them, a leader that's going to forget who they are, a leader that's going to kind of put them aside and say, oh, you're a high potential, oh, you're a rising star. Here's the carrot, let's dangle it. No. You know what? You can only say that for so long. I've watched hundreds and hundreds and probably thousands of employees be disengaged because of something that their leader did. There was a turning point, that defining moment where the leader sort of ignored them or forgot about them or brushed them off. And in their mind and in their hearts, they changed. They stopped believing in that leader. They stopped forgetting about their rapport. They lost trust. And with that comes poor performance. Or maybe it's enough just to collect a paycheck and go home. Maybe that's okay for you. It's not for me, and it's not for the hundreds and thousands and millions of employees out there that are frustrated with leaders that are poor. My job is to help you as an emerging leader be more authentic. Lead with intent. Lead with passion. And lead by, helping that employee maybe get promoted, and maybe they're going to transfer out of your team. And maybe they move on to bigger and better things. But that's building your legacy. That's what's going to help you. And when you build that legacy, that employee is going to train the next wave of employees. And you know what? That next employee coming in could very well be better than the employee that just left, for one reason or another. Not by anybody's magic or secret sauce. And we'll get to that in just a moment. But you are going to lose good people if you train them. But you might just retain bad people if you don't train them. So think about it. What kind of leader do you want to be? What is genuine? What's authentic to you? And I want to address a phrase that everyone talks about, the secret sauce. Oh, that's the employees. And yes, it is, but it's not a secret anymore. Everyone knows about it. So quit calling it the secret sauce. And we all know that your employees are your greatest assets. That's a given, because without an employee, you can't make a product or service, you can't deliver on time, can't get things done. Sure, there's products out there that you can utilize robots, and you can utilize shipping, and you can do other things that a human necessarily cannot do. However, most jobs need a human behind that to turn that computer on, to program that computer, to fix that computer or robot or whatever it is. But at the same token, companies are built on culture. Companies are destroyed by brand and by culture, by employees. But not just by employees alone. They're destroyed by leaders that cannot lead effectively. So technically, the secret sauce is having a thriving leader that not only can train and coach, but you know what? Guess what? They can mentor that employee. That's the secret sauce. And you know why it's secret? Because 90% of the leaders out there aren't doing it. They are not committed. They are not engaged. They're not helping their employees thrive. Now, I've been witness to it over 1,000 times, all over the different jobs that I've had, from private equity firms, from large Fortune 100 companies, Fortune 500 companies, startup companies. I've seen a lot. I've heard a lot. I've observed a lot. I've seen it. That's why I'm coming to you. Based on this video, based on my books, based on my presentations, I am tired of working and hearing about poor leaders who are not, what's the magic word? Engaged. The secret sauce is having an authentic leader that knows this, but yet they do something about it. They are positive change. Everyone thinks Gandhi talked about be the change in the world. Be the change in the leader that you want to be. Think about your boss. Who do you work for? Who do you represent? And if you're the CEO of an organization, you work for the employees. Are you really in tune with them? Are you really engaged? Do you know them? Because I guarantee if you sat down, and I'm not talking water cool surface level talk, I'm talking diver down talk, introspective, deep level conversations, not just at the boardroom with your favorite people and the best people that come in here. I'm talking to people that are on the front lines, that are in the trenches, that are digging and that are grinding it out, rolling up their sleeves, getting dirty every day. I'm talking about those people. When's the last time you heard from them that actually sat down? And I'm not talking about a communication card or sent in your great ideas. I'm talking about a conversation. I'm talking about sitting down in a room and inviting maybe some disgruntled employees, maybe some people that are thinking about leaving, maybe human resources, looking at some exit interviews. If there is even one. Some people, they leave, they don't want to help you. They're done with the company. They don't want to tell you what's wrong with it. But if you would have got it before they left, what would they have said? What are on those communication cards? And what is in that employee's mind? That knowledge of transfer is now gone. But what if you catch them before they leave? Talk to the disgruntled ones. Yeah, there are some people that are bad apples and they might ruin it for the whole barrels, but there's some people that are good, that have concerns, that can give you that constructive criticism, that feedback that's honest, that's real, that can help you change one or two or maybe three things within your company that might make the difference, that might separate you from the top 10 of companies and create you to be the top one or two. Now, what are those? Wouldn't you like to know that? That's the secret sauce. Engagement. I'm Steve Higginbotham. I am the coffee coach. Hope you learned a few things. Have a great day.